Good afternoon, good morning, whenever you might be interacting with this particular announcement. Welcome to III, our weekly check-in around using generative AI in teaching and learning, or IAI? Yay? Anyway, welcome to this update. Each week I'll come to you with an update around what's happening in the program, where we've been, where we're going, and then we'll look at one of the tools that are actually on board in Blackboard for generative AI. Aside from this first one, I want to go over a couple of things that will be helpful for you as it relates to moving through the course. So I hope you find that okay. If you're looking right now, I've got my student preview mode on, and I am looking at the course, the Using Generative AI in Teaching and Learning. So boom. You will know that you've got a new announcement inside this course because you will see next to the announcement, you'll see a number with a circle around it, letting you know that you've got a certain number of new announcements. In this case, it's one. It might be two by the time you see this, just so you know. But that being said, this is the course. If you haven't interacted with it already, navigation's pretty familiar, pretty simple. But should you have any questions about navigation, I would encourage you to look at our navigation video. We have it linked here, but it's also inside our Start Here folder. You will need to go through the Start Here module in order to successfully complete the program because there are activities we want you to do, just like there are in every one of the other modules that we have going on. So to actually move through a module in this program is pretty easy. I just click on the Start button or the module itself, right? If I clicked on the module itself, it would expand and I could see everything that's inside it. From welcome to the introduction to the course, to syllabus, navigating course content, meet the online instructional support team, and then your activities. So in that case, I can either start by clicking here or just by clicking Start. And it will take me right into the unit. Each unit comes packed with a lot of stuff. And so in order to be, I know you've probably received the email from me, but in order to be successful in this program, I highly encourage you to read through the content, watch the videos that we've placed in there for you because they're important into helping you with the activities that you'll be doing later. So we've also added extra resources that I think will be beneficial for you in your teaching and learning practices too. So again, this is all for you. I'm so looking forward to having you go through the program. It's our first one, so we're hoping to learn from you as you make your way through it. However, where I just scroll down here, it tells you, it starts you off. You'll scroll, you'll read, you'll see that there's a welcome video. I did what I would call a traditional welcome video. I used the software that I'm using right now, except that I went with a background that was transparent, but to introduce the course, where I was actually inside of the course in a fun way, right? Then I leveraged a tool that you'll learn about in our welcome discussion, actually, of all places, but also in the course. Here to do the same welcome video. So you can watch it, but then I have it in text. So you can actually absorb it 3 different ways. Each of our units starts out the same way. We introduce the unit. We actually have people come in and introduce the unit. Some of your colleagues, as well as some members of our team, will introduce the units for you as you make your way through the program. And then you will see the overview and objectives for each unit. So you'll know what you're going to be doing before you even dive in. And we think that's important. You'll see that this one in particular, you actually will talk about it. This particular module talks about what's inside of it, like, what's the purpose of the course, locate the course syllabus and schedule, navigate the course successfully, all those types of things. And then it lists the 2 activities. It's got a welcome discussion, as well as it's got a survey we want you to, or a survey we want you to fill out for us. So anyway, to move through it, I simply just use that wonderful right arrow here. And before I hit that right arrow, I want to talk to you about something that I actually mentioned in the email that I sent to you as far as the welcome. But in the beginning of each module, I have turned on the class conversations tool in Ultra that allows you to come to that welcome, that introductory document in every module as a place to ask questions. How do you do that? You go back up to the top right-hand side and click on the little talking guy with the bubble. And there you will see questions and answers that you can post. You can actually type a question right here and it will show up for me and I can answer it. You'll also see the things that we post in here as well, and you can reply to those as well. You can start a conversation around the subject matter with your colleagues. Either way, just know that it is there for you. It is there for you to use to ask questions, and every module is in the same place, top right-hand side of the introductory first page of that module. So just be aware that that's there. Okay, so you move your way through each module. You participate. So in this case, obviously, this one, here's our syllabus that you can scroll through and get a look at, and look at our activities and all that good stuff in the course. You'll notice here on the syllabus, it not only has, your learning outcomes, the things that we'd like from you, a little bit about the course, and then it has a full schedule of what's happening each week, what's due each week, right? The first quote-unquote week of the cohort has more activities, but as you go from week to week, it's much less. So you get a full week between due dates, except for the first week, because we want you to complete those 2 activities in your Start Here unit. So you'll see here the topic, as well as the activities and assignments, and then the outcomes for each module. I like to give you the why wherever I can. So you're going to see the why, or the objectives or outcomes, in module introductions, in the syllabi, as well as at the level of the activity we want you to complete. So try to point you back to why you're doing what you're doing, right? So as I scroll down, I can kind of get a preview of each one of the activities and how many points they're worth. So you see that here as well. I can then make my way through the course to the Navigating the Course page, where we actually place this video outside so you can watch it even before you get here. But we walk you through what that might be and what it's like. And we provide you tips along the way about all this stuff. So hopefully in the process of learning about AI, you'll also learn about, course design and ways you can improve your own ultra courses. So anyway, that's there. Then you get to the Who We Are page, and that is your team. Myself, Faith, and Elliot will be your facilitators as you work your way through the program. And we look forward to interacting with you as you do. Then you get to your survey. You'll take your survey, you'll go through, you'll start your attempt, and rate yourself on questions or responses that we have here around your familiarity with generative AI. I will be removing this particular survey shortly after I preview it for you, so you don't necessarily need to worry about my questions, but we want to know your comfort level, how you feel about the use of AI in terms of your courses, where your comfort levels are, and then we want you to readdress those at the end so you can kind of get a feeling before and after where you are. So boom, there it is. I've got my questions done. I'm going to hit submit. It says, "Are you sure, Jacob?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm positive." Woohoo, way to go. And then once you're done, you close it. It closes out and you go on to the introductory discussion. Here, you will go in and just do the same thing. You'll come in and follow the prompt that we've given you. We actually give you some tools to even try, like Hour 1 AI as you introduce yourself with it. And then come in and type a response. In this case, I'm just going to hit test. And so that being said, every module is open, but we want you to access the modules in the order in which they're in there. So that's why what we've done here in the course, you'll notice, is we force you to go through each module in sequence. You could actually go to another module and look at it and dive in, but you have to go through that module in sequence from the start to the finish. But you'll see here in this particular program, we start off with an introduction. There's a lot about generative AI. Softwares that you're actually even using now, you may not even know, part of your daily routine that you'll learn about. Each one of these modules, were I to open it up, starts off again with the intro, with maybe a colleague or one of our team members walking you through what's going to happen, and then inviting you to go into the meat of the module. In this particular start, you'll note that we have the information about what is generative AI, and so that provides, there's some text. We've got some good video in here that talks about it, and we have some further resources where you can explore further for you. And then you look at some applications of generative AI. What types of, who are the major players, if you will, in terms of this kind of stuff. So you think about OpenAI, Microsoft AI, Google AI, Hugging Face. There are a lot others that we'll point to as you work your way through the program. Just know. We're also going to talk about challenges and bias and other areas as you make your way through. But again, working your way through the course is going to be pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. Remember, in each one of these modules, again, just like in that first module, in module 1, If I have questions, I just go to my introduction page, and up at the top right-hand side, I click on the little talk bubble guy and post a question. And we'll be checking there each weekday to see if you have a question, and we'll try and respond to you. We would also invite your colleagues to respond should they have an answer or want to get involved in a conversation. So, that being said, due dates. How do those look? Well, a quick and easy way to get to due dates for the course is actually to start by going up here to your calendar. It's in the syllabus, but if I were to go to calendar and then select due dates, you will see all the due dates for the program. So in this case, I've got right here, this Wednesday, a discussion as well as the pre-assessment survey are due. So make sure to do your pre-assessment survey and your welcome discussion before Wednesday at 10, and apparently I made a separate one at midnight. I'll have to adjust that. But anyway, other than that, you'll see the due dates fall on Sundays, every Sunday, right? Other than this first week where these first two start here activities fall on a Wednesday. But your next due date then will be this Sunday, the 24th, and that's just a reflective journal entry. So we're not asking a lot of you from a building standpoint just yet. We want you to really spend the time engaging with the content. We've got self-checks in these units that we want you to try. We've got AI tools in evidence, like we even use them to talk about things that we're talking about. So read through the content, get a feeling for it, and we really look forward to seeing how you work your way through the program. This is a place that I think we want you to have feel safe. It's a safe place to practice and work, and we want you to be able to try out some tools, decide if they work for you or not. The concepts we cover are not only tools, but we cover bias in AI. We cover critical thinking as it relates to using generative AI. So spend some time. You've got 5 weeks with us in this program. Go through it. All in all, it's probably about, if you were to take the time to go through all of the course content and the resources, somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 hours worth of work over 5 weeks. If you need to take a little longer than that, that's okay. But we look forward to having you in the program and look forward to learning from you and making the program better as we continue to iterate it as we adjust it, because AI is going to be changing. So we're going to be changing the program to adapt with every new thing. So not every new thing, but lots of new things. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Look forward to seeing you online.